Hi Aquarius! Welcome to Stormy Goat Tarot. My name is Kat. Thank you so much for tuning in to your general monthly reading for October 2021. Now keep in mind that just because the reading is designated for that date does not mean that it absolutely has to resonate during that particular time frame. Should you be viewing this in the future and are so guided to this video, feel free to stick around. There still could be something for you here. Time, dates, and ages are nothing but numbers here. And as such, these are going to be extremely general readings. So not every detail or part of the story is going to be in line with your situation or with what's going on with you. So keep that in mind. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't for someone else who needs to hear that part of the message. Some of this may apply to you, all of it may apply to you, and also none of it may apply to you, which is completely fine and completely normal. Should you find that nothing resonates, or if there are gaps in the story, feel free to check out any of my other sign videos for your other placements or transits that you deem appropriate. And if you're unfamiliar with that, I am going to include a free natal chart calculator in the description box below, so you can have that on reference for yourself. So let's just get down right to it, Aquarius. Your vibe has been very, very different from all the other signs that I've done thus far. I've gotten a lot of hypersensitivity. There's a lot of awareness on how you feel. And almost kind of a sense of not knowing how to deal with it or manage it. It honestly feels, if you've been a part of the spiritual journey or a part of spiritual circles for a while, it feels like ascension symptoms to me. Just coming into an awareness that's beyond yourself or what you are used to dealing with. Having a little bit of a struggle with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull 2 or 3 Priestess of Light oracle cards just to get a better idea of what may be going on for you, what your energy's like in and around you, just to get a better scope, a better picture. Okay. What is going on for my Aquarians for the month of October 2021? Please show me clearly what's going on with my Aquarians. Huh. Saw an image of an eclipse. It does kind of feel like a rush of emotional energy experienced during eclipses. Divine feminine. Ooh, magnetic and receptive power. Are you being forced to receive something or to be receptive? To be nurtured? Which kind of, as an Aquarius, Aquarians can be a little distant, not cold, but they're very good at, because they're the sign of the collective, literally 11th house energy. They're very good at maintaining a very, it's hard to describe, a very objective point of view, to the point where it does feel a little distant. It does feel a little bit like not the most relatable and not the most touchy-feely, which is exactly what sitting in feminine energy looks like. So maybe having trouble with reception. Great. What else for my Aquarians? What is going on with my Aquarians? Don't take that, okay? That's fine. Great. Anything else going on with my Aquarians for the month of October 2021? Please show me clearly. Yes, okay, these two. All right, we have death and rebirth. Ooh, darkness to light. All right, dark night of the soul stuff. Shadow work, extreme shadow work. And panthers are purging to me. Or surrounding areas that need to be purged. So maybe letting go of some really deep-rooted stuff. Then we also have sacred purpose, eternal flame, ancestral legacy. Ooh. Ancestral wounding maybe matters, dealing with wounding within the family. Realizing that something is bigger than yourself and having an extremely amount of hard time dealing with that. Because it's forcing you to be right here in the here and now. And being kind of someone who's a little bit more cerebral myself, 66 on the counter. That was a popular one with Virgo. Should you have any placements there, feel free to check out that video. But as someone who's cerebral myself, I find it hard to sit and be receptive in feminine energy because it means waiting. It means, because in the physical world, things take time. Things are slow. Whereas in the realm of Aquarius, when we're dealing with, transmissions, they're the sign of radio communication, technology, things that have yet to be real. The 9 to 5, the day-to-day, the mundane is boring in comparison, but it's where we're at. And I feel like you're being forced, or I don't want to say forced, because that's just like someone sitting you down and shoving it down your throat, which it might feel like that. But you're being invited to sit with how things are in actuality in order to heal. To be more in touch with those fun things, with that more fantastical way of thinking. And that brings innovation. Like, those are good things. It's not being unrealistic. It's not being, your head in the clouds and nobody's home. That's a part of you too. But it doesn't take away from the fact that if there is a problem, 88, if there is a problem, to address them. Righty. Bottom of the deck, we have abundance, fortune, wealth, plenty. So maybe feelings of security. Maybe you grew up in a household where money was tight, material was tight, belongings and possessions were tight. And really having a hard time receiving gifts, receiving love, receiving affection in the form of the physical, whether that's actual love, affection, or the material of someone buying you a gift. Someone spotting you lunch every once in a while. It's a world of give and take, Aquarius. No one's keeping a tab of how much you owe. Not in that way. Alrighty, I'm going to use the Heindel Tarot for your main spread. Cards are very slippery. Alrighty, let's get started. Alrighty, what's going on in October 2021 for my Aquarians? Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, angels, for the messages thus far. I'm truly grateful for them. What's going on for my Aquarians regarding love life and career for the month of October 2021? You might just not be feeling yourself. Maybe you are used to being a little bit more, being able to manage your emotions a little bit better, and having sudden flare-ups where you're kind of thinking, this isn't me a little bit. This isn't. And it's because there's something underlying. You're right. It isn't you. So let's start there. Please bring forth messages of truth, healing, and love. Right. We have the Lovers. Making the conscious choice. Dedication, commitment. Also a portal into another way of living, another way of frame of thought. Gemini is the sign of ideas. The Lovers is Gemini's major arcana card. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to rock the boat, literally. Let's see what else we get. Let's kind of move this. Not quite out of frame, but so that there's more room. Okay. First row we have Four of Swords, Daughter of Cups, and Six of Swords. Second row we have Three of Cups, Son of Wands, Six of Pentacles. Third row we have the Aeon or Judgment, Ten of Swords, and then finally Mother of Stones or Queen of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, Justice. Yes, bringing things into balance for yourself. This is a recalibration. You may have been in a time of rest. This may have been, or September may have been, or the months leading up to now, I mean. It may have been a slower time for you. Not much happened. And there's that idealism, those hopes, those dreams. The intention of the fantastic and the desire to bring it to life. Six of Swords as science here. Making those ideas real. Wondering if they're real, maybe. There's been an overflow. There's been a resurgence of something. Something that maybe you thought initially you could handle. That's proved to be too much. Six of Wands, or not Six of Wands. That was a weird thing to say. Prince of Wands, or not Prince of Wands, the Son of Wands as it's called in this deck. It's the Page of Wands. Suggests that you're invigorated to begin taking steps towards bringing something new to the table, something creative. creating a new start. And where there may have been too much, regulating it with the Six of Pentacles. Particularly within social circles. So if you've been experiencing maybe picking up others' emotions, taking on others' problems to varying degrees, it doesn't have to be a toxic situation or anything, but finding a new way to manage that, to approach that. We do have 2 sixes here. And earlier I did mention that I saw at 6 minutes, 6 seconds on the counter. But you're in review. You're thinking long and hard about something. Just about things that have proved to be too much. I feel like slowing down has really given you the perspective to see what is going on right now that's out of control. Where there's an overflow of it. And it is painful. It is a painful end with 10 of Swords here, with ruin. But do you really want to house yourself with a structure that's not really stable? That could kill you. Or at the very least, make things extremely unsafe for you. So why not do away with the bad structure and move on to better building plans? Which I see you doing with Queen of Pentacles here. Not only that, seeing it as a part of your dharma, as a part of your purpose. And maybe seeing how this ruin actually plays a part in your story. How it's not the end of the world. It's so that you can create a new one. I'm ready. And as I said, this is a recalibration process with Justice on the bottom of the deck. It's about bringing things into focus, making things right, so that you can heal, so that you can move on to the next chapter. I'm excited for you, Aquarius. I really am. This is heavy, and I'm sure you're dealing with a lot, just as far as what you're physically feeling, emotionally feeling. Feelings aren't bad. And you are in control of them, believe it or not. Alrighty, let's see. What do I want to clarify? What do I want to clarify? I want to see what this Daughter of Cups is. What is this Page of Cups? What are your dreams, Aquarius? I want to know your dreams. Tell me more about the Page of Cups and the sitting energy regarding life for my Aquarians for the month of October. Please show me clearly. Tell me more about the Page of Cups. For Aquarius. Ah! No, don't take all those. Okay. 2 or 3, please. That's it. Tell me more about this Page of Cups. All right, but we can have those. All right. So we have the Devil, Temperance, and the 9 of Wands in reverse. I see. Someone's been a little I feel as if some of you have been living in a fantasy world a little bit. Really, really, really not wanting to pay attention. 2121 on the counter. Not wanting to pay attention to what maybe the more physical needs are. Paying attention to your body, the needs of your body, the needs of your mind. The Devil combined with Temperance can also mean substance abuse as well. So maybe dipping into alcohol, drugs to kind of stave off the discomfort a little bit. Which would make sense for 6 of Swords, fleeing that. Or moving on to a more safe, secluded space where you can heal. Get yourself on track. But I feel also with these swords surrounding the Page of Cups, I feel like instead of using your mind, your conscious decisions to help you, I feel like instead it's a prison for you. You feel like maybe people are telling you what to do, you don't want to do that, so you're railing the other way. It's a different point of view, Aquarius. It's not better than. Let's see. Bottom of the deck, we have 3 of Cups. Yep. Maybe there have been some social influences as well, that some social groups that maybe haven't had your best considerations in mind, the best things in mind for you. That maybe it was all about the good time and not much else. Oh, Aquarius. All right. Okay, 3 of Cups, I think we can determine that this is coming from surrounding energies, surrounding people. Page of Cups, or not Page of Cups, 3 of Cups talks about social groups and friendships, particularly as far as the people and energies surrounding us. It doesn't have to be, but it is indicative of that. So what's the next step? If you're going from the fantasy of the Page of Cups, what's the inspired movement forward with the Knight of Wands here? at the center of your reading. Let's see. Righty. Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, angels, so much. Truly grateful for all the messages we've received thus far. Tell me more about the Knight of Wands in the sitting energy regarding relationships, love, life, and career. For my Aquarians for the month of October 2021, please show me clearly. Oop. Cards are telling me it's time to shuffle. Tell me more about the Sun or Knight of Wands in the sitting energy, please, at the heart of the reading. Oh, Four of Swords in reverse. You see that it's time to do something about this. Maybe it's something that you've been sitting on. Maybe it's something that you've been contemplating for a while. But you see that now's the time to act. Maybe somebody literally lighting the fire under you. Which, yeah, might be kind of, which might kind of feel like getting shaken out of bed here. Tell me more about the Knight or Son of Wands. Don't take those, all right. Don't take those. Tell me more about the Knight or Son of Wands here, please, Spirit. Those. All right. I can do that. I can fix that. Alrighty, so we have the Three of Cups in reverse, Nine of Cups, and the Nine of Swords. I find it so funny that this card has appeared so many times in this reading. Yeah, it's realizing who wasn't there for you or who did not have your best interests at heart. And then moving on to have your own good time. Realizing how you can express this without the toxicity, without the overindulgence, without the taking it too far. Nine of Swords being, that's what's been the stressor, hasn't it? I see this as waking up, not necessarily finding this out and phew, it's all better. But no, like realizing that this was a part of the stress the whole time, if not the factor for the stress and the fear and the insecurity. That maybe these people made you feel that way. Not necessarily the action, not necessarily having fun, because Nine of Cups can talk about things like drinking and substance use too, but it's upright. You know how to regulate, but maybe the social pressure got to you. Seeing the light. You're using your mind for you. Bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Cups. Knowing what to say yes to and being judicious and being careful with your yeses. Four of Cups has come up for a lot of signs this month. Which, I mean, collectively makes sense, right? Like, the world at large, depending on where you're viewing this from, is kind of figuring out where their energy is best spent. Where to put their time. where to put their energy. Sorry, just closing that window so that we don't get too much background noise there. Alrighty. Let's move on to the last row. Your reading's moving quite along pretty smoothly, Aquarius. Not to denote that what you're going through is smooth or anything like that, but I feel like you hold a lot of your answers too. And don't we all? It's what I tell people. Everyone has their own answers. It's having the patience to really sit with yourself and really come to term with what's been difficult, of who's at fault, really. The answers all lie with us. But there are people in our lives and people that we meet, messages that we come across that help us put the pieces together. You have your answers, Aquarius. Trust yourself. What are you putting to rest with the Ten of Swords? This is also the row that I consider most for business, career, and finances. So realizing that it's time to stop playing games. That maybe you're not seeing or yielding the results doing what you're doing. Especially if you're considering striking out on your own, becoming your own boss, an entrepreneur, starting your own YouTube or Patreon channel. Let's explore this. I'm curious, I'll bite. Right, thank you God, thank you Spirit, thank you angels so much. Right. Tell me more about the Ten of Swords. What is Aquarius putting to end here with the Ten of Swords? Tell me more about the Ten of Swords for my Aquarians for the month of October 2021. Please show me clearly. I'm getting really drawn to pull that one, even though it technically didn't fall out. Six of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, realizing where things haven't been fair, haven't been reciprocal, what hasn't been in your best interest. And I feel like this covers and spills across multiple areas of your life. With the King of Wands and the King of Cups in reverse. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Ooh. With the Two of Swords in reverse on the bottom of the deck. So, please do not shoot the messenger here. I feel like this could be talking about either there's one of two things going on, and again, you'll know which resonates for you and what applies to your situation. You haven't seen either where your vision wasn't lining up with you maturity-wise. You haven't been able to execute what you want because of a level of maturity, of emotional maturity. I see all the fire, all the intent in the world, and just to suddenly just Not having the strength to lift yourself up from the emotions, either your emotional turmoil or the turmoil around you, the emotional turmoil of others. What's been surrounding you has been what's been keeping you back or holding you back. And I feel like up until very recently, you haven't wanted to see that. Two of Swords in reverse for me is refusing to make a choice, of knowing that you don't have all the information, knowing that you don't quite have level footing, but at the same time, you don't trust yourself. You don't want to use your intuition. You don't want to trust a blind faith, but it's also just standing still and refusing to make a choice when one is needed, when progress and movement is needed. This could also be a person or figure in your life that does not see the potential in your ideas, who is an instant shutdown, where conversation is not a two-way street. It's my way or the highway. And when it's my way, which is all the time, I get to sit on top and you stay where you're at. Yeah, that is something to do away with, Aquarius. I understand. Let's take a look at what you're manifesting, or what you're trying to bring in physically. What are you having trouble receiving that you want to bring in with the Queen of Pentacles? Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, angels, so very much for all of your messages. I'm truly grateful. Tell me more about the Queen of Pentacles that, just decided to fly all over the place. We have the Page of Pentacles, a divine gift, divine intervention is what I'm hearing. 10 of Cups, Page of Wands again, and the 2 of Wands in reverse, with the Sun on the bottom of that. That is awesome. Awesome. We have all the pages here except for the Page of Swords, which I actually like because it's getting out of your head a little bit. I feel kind of like this has definitely been not only emotional for you, but psychological, mental. And that distress may have been manifesting physically, which is why you've needed this period of rest, of just cease, of just stopping in order to figure this out. Ten of Cups is bliss. It is familial happiness. It is, so maybe taking the first steps. Because remember, this is the Page of Pentacles, not the Knight, Queen, or King of Pentacles. So it's the first spark. It's the first seed. It's planting the seeds in order to get this process started. But it's a step towards healing. It's a step towards true happiness. And it might just be the glimmer of hope that you need to keep going with this Page of Wands. It's what you've seen that has inspired you and given you kind of a new lease on life of seeing that it's possible. Will you take it though? Here's another 2 in reverse. This all comes down to choice. Ooh, this ties in perfectly with your crowning energy of the Lovers. The Lovers in older tarot decks, I'm really blanking. I think it was the Marseille. No, not the Marseille. I'm blanking on when or what time period or what deck this actually was, but the Lovers used to be referred to as the card of choice. Of picking the way of virtue or vice. You have the power to do some real change within yourself, Aquarius. And this has to do with something deeply rooted, a deeply rooted belief, something that maybe someone with authority from your youth, a parent, another family member with authority, uncle, aunt, grandmother, grandfather, even a boss, a teacher even, maybe even a coach if you were in athletics. Someone who you held with a lot of esteem, a lot of importance, may have put this insecurity on you, this lack of faith in yourself to make that choice. And I feel like you hear the whispers in you of this is enough. This is not bringing me to where I want to be. The Sun is all about contentness. Wow. Contentment. It's about walking in the sun. 42-24 inversion on the counter. And I think you're finally seeing, and it's getting your blood boiling, Aquarius. I'm feeling like that really vitriolic physical, because it's affecting you physically now. And like my disclaimer says, I'm not a medical professional, I'm not a counselor, I'm not a psychologist in any way, but if you are in need of help, please seek it. The journey begins with the first step. And you have the potential to make really big leaps right now. For you. And even in healing something beyond yourself. How it affects your family. Both the family members that you grew up with and those to come. Generational healing is the gift that keeps on giving. Alrighty, let's get you some advice from the Animal Spirit Wisdom Oracle deck. Alrighty, what messages of wisdom, healing, and guidance are there for my Aquarians regarding the spread? What messages of wisdom, healing, and guidance are there for my Aquarians regarding the spread? What messages of wisdom, healing, and guidance are there for my Aquarians regarding the spread? Please, what was that? Did I get it? No. Right. 4444 on the counter. That's your solidarity. That's your future foundation calling out to you, Aquarius. We have Panther, protection. Consider who you allow to take your energy and who you give it away to freely. Why are people getting free drinks, Aquarius? Why would you ever just toss out your beautiful energy at just anyone? I mentioned before that Panther is a purging energy. It's here to help us cleanse out and really just eliminate who should be in our lives and who shouldn't be. What energy should be in our lives and what shouldn't be. And it's leaving you because it's protecting you. It's not that you're not good enough. It's not that you can't hack it. It's not that, you're just don't cut it. It's not that at all. These things are leaving your life because it's divinity protecting you. You're meant for so much more. And it's not to say that your mistakes define you. They don't. So cast them out. Move on to something new. Bottom of the deck, we have Flamingo, Unity Heart. You are being called to work on collective healing, yes. This is for your network, whether it's your soul tribe, your blood family. Even bringing peace to your household, like if you live with roommates that are totally unrelated to you. This is gonna affect more than just you. And if you have children, yeah, it's going to begin that course of healing for them as well. We are affected by who surround us. What we do and what we dip our toes into influences us. It impacts us. We like not to think so, but it does to some degree. And it doesn't mean never leave your house or never try anything new ever. It's an invitation to set up boundaries and to understand why they're in place and how that's going to be different for everyone, including you, including yourself. You don't need stricter boundaries just because you're new to the game, just because you're new at it. It's not about that. It's about protection. Protection of what matters, and that's your heart. It's your gorgeous, gorgeous soul. Alrighty, Aquarius, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for sticking with me. This was quite a hefty reading, but very rewarding. So feel free to comment down below how this resonated for you. If it did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you like my content, if you want to see more from me, feel free to do that. Also, check out this channel's second home on Instagram for additional content, daily affirmations, as well as news updates on personal readings and how to do that with me. I'm not currently accepting personal reading requests at this time, but that will change, so stay tuned for that. And I will see you in my next video. To the light and the shadows cast, guys. Take care.